Hi, I'm Casey, a member of the clinical team here at Everyday Speech. Today I'm going to walk you through how Everyday Speech can be used for a one-on-one intervention session with an IEP student. We'll focus on finding materials that support my students' needs and the platform features that I can use to help me prep for an upcoming IEP meeting. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm logged into the platform and now I'm going to show you just how easy it is to use the platform for your one-on-one intervention sessions. So let's imagine it's the beginning of the school year and you find out you have a new preschool student on your caseload, Sam. Sam is a 4-year-old student who has difficulty self-regulating and expressing emotions appropriately. He often becomes frustrated when things don't go his way, leading to crying or withdrawal. His IEP goals include recognizing and labeling emotions, using simple coping strategies like deep breaths and asking for help, and communicating his needs with peers and adults using short phrases. My goal is to begin building rapport with him through engaging activities during our time together. Ideally, I'd like to collect a few data points to share during an upcoming IEP meeting with his parents as well. Let's walk through how I would plan a session for Sam. To plan a session for Sam, I want to start by setting up a student profile for him. To do this, I'll navigate to My Toolkit and then Students and Groups. Click here to add a new student to your class or caseload. Simply type their first and last name. So I'll go ahead and add Sam now. And just like that, I've added Sam to my caseload. By creating student profiles, you'll be able to track things like a student's viewing history, as well as how well they perform on things like our video reviews. So if I click into an existing student, like Anna G's student profile, I'm able to see her entire viewing history, as well as some of her scores. I can even see how well Anna G scored on past activities. So you can see an example here. My favorite part is that I can even print out this viewing history PDF to share with other team members or family at upcoming meetings. So once I meet with Sam, this will be a great tool to use to share with his parents. Okay, so now that I have Sam's profile set up, let's plan our first session together. We're going to click on curriculum in the top navigation. You can navigate through the structured curriculum to find resources categorized by skill area and age. This is useful if you want to follow a developmental sequence or see how different skills connect. Since Sam is working on self-regulation, I'll navigate to the self-regulation skill and see what goal areas there are. It looks like we have managing stress and using your self-controller. When I click into a goal, I can quickly explore the different units and materials. You can see here there's 3 units available for this particular goal. I love seeing what's available under this teaching tools section. This is where I can find printable goal posters to display in my classroom or share with parents. I can also find printable data sheets. These are great to track data in session. And I can even find and download some great icons. These are great to use as visual supports in session or around your therapy room. All right, let's get back to session planning. When I click into a unit, you'll see that they are organized with 4 pieces of materials: introduce, practice, apply, and review. Most units feature 2 video lessons and 2 related activities or games. This gives students a low-stakes way to practice and review learned skills. My favorite part about our pre-K video lessons is that they not only are engaging and feature our fun plant characters like you see on screen here, but they also feature age-appropriate and diverse student actors, which is extra meaningful for my students who see themselves represented in the video modeling lessons. I'll fast forward really quick to the peer interaction portion of the video. Like I said, features same-age actors, which really model the social skills in action. Okay, so this material looks like a great fit for Sam. So I'm going to plan this material in session. And to do that, I can scroll down to the bottom of the material and you'll see these different button options. The one that I want to use is the plan in session feature. So I'll click on the plan in session feature and click add to new session. So this gives me the ability to set the date and time I'm going to meet with Sam. So let's say I meet with Sam on Wednesdays at 4:30. So I can customize that. And then I'll hit add material to a new session and that'll generate the session for me. So now you can see that the session has generated. I'll go ahead and click into it. And now my session with Sam on Wednesday is ready to go. The other way to locate planned sessions is through our home. So click home at the top and you'll see here I have my upcoming sessions featured on my dashboard. And I can also find my planned sessions under my toolkit in the sessions button. So I can see all my upcoming sessions here. So here's my Wednesday session that I just planned, but oh, it looks like I have not attached this to Sam's student profile. So let's fix that. If I go to edit session, students, you'll see I have my groups featured here, but Sam actually is not in a group. So let's see if I can locate him. Students with no group, here we go. We'll select Sam B and hit complete. And there you go. All right, let's say that I actually realized, you know what, this one video is not going to fill all of our time and I want to add some additional materials. So I can do that by hitting edit session button on the right-hand side of the screen. and you'll see this search bar here. So what's great is that I can use the search bar to quickly find and add materials for a future session. So I might search words like calm down and see what comes up. See the different options. Looks like there's a bunch of great options. You know what? This calming corner one looks perfect. I know his classroom features a calming corner, so I'll hit add to session. And ooh, how about this calming corner toolbox? That looks like a great interactive activity that we could complete together. All right, so you'll see my selected materials have added here on the right-hand side of the screen. You might have noticed this notes feature too, and this is really great for after the session. I can come back in here and add any behavioral or data notes that I'd like to keep track of for Sam's session. So I'm gonna hit the complete session prep button, and our Wednesday session is ready to go. All right, it looks like I have 5 minutes left before my next session, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually create a playlist for Sam as well. Playlists are curated lists of materials that I can come back to again and again. So if I go to my toolkit and playlists, you'll see some of the existing playlists I already have created, but for Sam's purpose, I'm gonna create a new playlist. I think it'd be helpful to create a calming corner playlist for Sam so that he can use it when he needs to take a break in the classroom. There are 2 ways that I can find videos to add to my playlist. One is to use the search bar here at the top, so I can type in a keyword and see what comes up. It looks like some of these are not for preschool, so I might filter by using this filter here, the drop down, and click pre-K and kindergarten. Now the results are all appropriate for Sam. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see this drop down material actions button. If you click into that, you're able to click this save to playlist feature. So I'll make Sam's calm down playlist, create new playlist, and now I can refer back to this material whenever I would like by going to my toolkit, playlists, and here is Sam's calm down playlist. The other way to add materials to this playlist is through the curriculum navigation. So if I go back to curriculum, I can actually utilize some of these mindfulness materials here at the top, pre-K and K, and look through the different options. I think Sam might like a breathing lesson, so let's see. We have dragon and bee breathing, lion and cat breathing. Let's add this dragon and bee breathing. So I can scroll down to the bottom and you'll see the save to playlist button again. So I've already created Sam's playlist, so I'll scroll, find this playlist, click Sam, and save to existing. And there we go, success. It has added my material to his playlist. Once again, to locate my playlist, you'll click into my toolkit, playlists, and there is Sam's playlist with both of the materials that I've saved that I can refer back to whenever I would like. You'll notice the share with colleagues button, and this is a great way to share this playlist with other people in the building who might work with Sam. So I might share this with his gen ed teacher, just so they have materials on access to use with Sam when he's having a hard time in the classroom. And that's it. I'm feeling ready to support Sam's individualized needs in an engaging and meaningful way. Everyday Speech really does streamline the process of session planning and data collection, making it easier to provide targeted interventions without the extra workload. With thousands of materials at your fingertips and practical features and tools, you can spend less time prepping for sessions and more time delivering impactful instruction tailored to each student's unique needs. Thanks for joining today's training. If you have any questions or want to explore additional features, check out our support resources or reach out to a member of our team. Happy teaching!